Geminis here. Get ready to flow. Let's dive deep with Pisces Tarot. Your business is my business. I see every ache, every kiss, the push, the pull, the silent cries. I'm exposing all the lies, revealing the hidden truth. With me, you have the proof. Your business is my business. True. Welcome to Pisces Tarot. True.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer. Thank you so much for tuning in into today's relationship reality. If you are new to the Pisces Tarot experience, this is a live interactive space that is created to inform and to empower, but not only give you that, but to give you the option to choose. Over here, the truth is revealed, illusions are brought to the light. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You will have an experience, okay? I'm here to help you make conscious choices, as help you gain insight into the real dynamics that's happening between you and your person. Through the art of storytelling, I will be drawing on intuitive, psychic, and tarot card readings to explore the energies and patterns shaping the connection between you and your person. Whether you are navigating in love, at a crossroads, this space is designed to bring you clarity, context, and to give you direction that you can use. Now, please be advised, this is a collective reading. So I could be talking about you or your person now, present, or in the future, okay? Just listen, don't force it. If it don't resonate, it's okay. If it don't fit, you can quit. It's all right. We have space for cross watchers and things like that too. So make sure that you enjoy yourself and have a good time as you come around here, all right? Now, it's been a lot of energy going on. I know a lot of people across the globe, especially here in the States, are going through some real heavy possibilities. A lot of people are on high alert and fear with this storm that's coming around. So I do hope that people are safe, sound, warm. You know, you have everything that you need. And I pray that this was a gross exaggeration and oversight of some of these projections that we have going on here. All right. With that being said, if y'all are ready to get into this reading, I want you to go ahead and put the stars in the chat, stars in the chat, because honey, I'm ready to get into this, y'all. Okay. I'm telling you, we've been having some good ones, but I really want to get into this. All right, so here we go. Now, before we get started with this reading, okay, it's very important that we level set and ground our energy. And the reason being for this is the fact that you have to create a space for spirit to come through and to talk to you, right? And this is super critical that you clean your energy field. So not only that you can hear what spirit is sharing with you, but you can also receive the messages that I'm giving with you. So to begin, we're going to start today's reading off with a guided meditation with 3 deep breaths. We're going to inhale and hold it for 4 seconds, and then we will release it, okay? Starting with inhaling light and clarity and exhaling any doubt and distractions, all right? Here we go. Next, we are going to inhale joy and freedom and exhale sadness and captivity. Finally, we're going to inhale the truth and wisdom and exhale deception and fear. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Yes. Oh, y'all, that feels so good after a long week working. All right. As a gentle reminder, this is a safe and sacred space, but it does get a little spicy around here. So just know that if spirit comes for your edges, you are not alone. Okay. We all been fools in love, and today just may be your turn. All right. Now, let's not make any mistake. Okay. Ain't nobody here to judge you. Okay, the topic is the purpose of today's conversation is simply to draw awareness and not to judge. So if you're ready for spirit to cook up, drop a cooking emoji, cooking emoji, cooking emoji in the chat. Because honey, when I tell you, all right, that I am so ready for us to get into this message, baby, I'm ready. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. Now, before I jump into any reading, okay, I always take a minute to sit back and to reflect on what spirit is sharing with me. And sometimes it is a dream, sometimes it is a something that's sticking out to me. It could be a color, it could be anything, right? That spirit is using to communicate and convey a purpose or something to me. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like today's energy has been very heavy. Like I can't really explain why it is so heavy, but the energy around today, this weekend, usually, it used to be where Fridays was so exciting. And I don't know how old you are, but it used to be where the weekends were so exciting, right? It was like Friday night, you used to be so excited about going out to the clubs. You used to be excited about just doing a plethora of different things, right? And now it seems as though we are just not happy. We don't look forward to anything. We're not in positive spaces. You know what I'm talking about? If you know what I'm talking about, raise your hand in the chat. Where it just feels like everything is always Groundhog's Day. Like we are chronologically stuck in the same spin cycle of doing the bare minimum, of doing the necessities of whatever needs to be done, but not really doing anything else any differently. Okay, I don't know about you, but I ain't ashamed to raise my hand, okay? Because when I tell you, we absolutely positively have been in a spin cycle. And it is so unfortunate because you have so many people who are just going through life, but not living, okay? They're alive, but they're not living. And I had to stop and ask myself, like, what exactly is the driver of this energy? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't pinpoint specifically when, where, when, how this energy came to pass, but it's been going on for quite some time. All right. And so with that being said, I hope that above all things, that you find yourself being mentally in a space where you can enjoy your life. Okay. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the people who are in your life. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your dogs. Enjoy whatever your joy looks like. Find your joy. Okay, find your joy. Because so many of us are existing and going through life and not really experiencing the joy of it. Life goes by so fast. You look up, especially those of us who have kids, you look back and next thing you're just like, oh, I can't wait for my baby to talk. And then the baby starts talking. And then you're like, oh, I can't wait for my baby to walk. And then the baby starts walking. Oh, I can't wait for them to go to school. The baby go to school. Next thing you know, they graduate. Okay. Time goes by so fast. And so as I was thinking about that and getting ready for this live, I started to hear this earworm in my ear. I started to hear Rihanna's song, We Found Love. Okay. And I'm hearing, we found love in a hopeless place. I'm hoarse right now, if y'all can't tell, but it's like, we found love in a hopeless place. Okay. That's all I keep hearing. We found love in a hopeless place. And a lot of us are in hopeless places. Everybody is doing the literal best that they can do with what they have. Everyone is struggling to get by. And I'm not saying this as a gross exaggeration just because I want to have empathy and compassion for people no, this is a real thing. Look all around you. We're living in such a chaotic, dysfunctional, and turbulent time to the point to where everybody feels hopeless and despair and negativity. And it is not a positive feeling at all. And the question is why. We have to really ask ourselves, like, why are we feeling like this? Like, why aren't we living and enjoying our life? Like, what is happening that everybody is walking around here? Like, I know this is a TV show, but why are we walking around here like the Walking Dead? You know, like we're literally walking around here like the Walking Dead. And so many of us are just coming from sunken places. Okay, coming from sunken places and just not living. Okay, so I want to know, well, who found love in a hopeless place? Who felt like they were in such despair and grief and misery and disdain, on the edge, feel like you're going to give up, and you found love in a hopeless place? I don't know who this is for, but we about to get into it. Here we go. All right, so as we look at this overall energy, okay, I'm going to see what the undercurrent is. And I'm going to be honest with you. If it's a heaviness, I can't really explain it, all right? I can't really explain it. It's a heaviness. If you feel the weight of the energy of what's going on around here, I want you just to put a weight in the chat. Like, if you literally feel that weight, I want you to put a weight in the chat. Like, just put the weight in the chat, because I want to know who else is literally feeling like this. Look, as I said that, guess what card fell out? A deep breath. A deep breath. This particular card is the number 7. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's unpack this. This is the number 7. The number 7 represents completion. It is also a card of reflection, assessment, as well as knowledge. Okay, so we are in a space where we're being asked to complete some things, to reflect upon some things, but most of all, grow and become a better person behind these things. Okay, and so what this is showing me is, as we take in this deep breath and we are reflective and meditating on the things that hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. As we sit back and take a minute to sit back and reflect and assess and take a deep breath, like, the question then becomes, what are you meditating on? What are you meditating on? What are some things that you are even thinking about? Are you even dreaming anymore? Are you even desiring anything? Like, the question then becomes, like, what are you focusing on? And it feels like things may have gotten so dark for you to the point where you're now like looking to somebody else to help get you through. Does that make sense? Like, you know how it is when you feel like you have the burden of life on your shoulders to the point where you just need somebody else. It's like the lean on me. Lean on me when you're not strong. You know what I'm talking about? And I'll be a friend. I help you carry on. Like, we're in that time. Okay, so what I'm picking up on particularly is that this is a connection that is emotionally stimulating. There is relief. There is support here, right? It is all of those positive things, but this is also a place of peace. Okay, so there's a comfortability here where you're able to surrender, you're able to let go, you're able to let God, like, you're able to just enjoy that sacred time with that person and being in that space with that person. You found love in a hopeless place. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on here. Now, what is the truth that we need to hear right now for our journey? What is the truth that we need to... What is the truth? What is the truth that we need to hear right now for our journey? Dang, that car flew over fast. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Okay, so this is about your courage. Okay, this is about you having courage, facing your fears, not sitting back and just letting life happen to you. This is about you taking control over things, knowing that you have the power that you need right here, right now, to possess the things that bring joy and happiness to you, right? But we also recognize too that at times it feels like these things are elusive. You understand what I'm saying? Like people are genuinely and sincerely feeling exhausted, mentally and physically exhausted, to where they feel like they lack the courage, they lack the empathy, self-empathy and compassion, right? To be able to move on. And you're just walking, like I said, the dead man walking, right? Just going through life, not connecting with people, not having that true intimacy with people, just living your day-to-day life, scrolling down it, like just brain dead in a way where you're not yourself, okay? And if you be honest with yourself, you're not yourself. And let's be honest, most of us are not ourselves. You know, when was the last time you really truly felt like yourself? Where you really truly felt motivated and inspired and excited? You look forward to things, you plan things, you executed what you planned, you wasn't penny pinching. When was the last time that you had those positive feelings about life? Guys of the hidden realms, what messages do you have for us today? All eyes are open. Y'all, I can't make this up. Inspired vision, clarity, perception, and revelation. All eyes are open. All eyes are open. You can't sit back anymore and tuck your head in the sand. You can't sit back anymore and pretend like life isn't happening. You can't pretend, you no longer can ignore the level of unhappiness that you truly bear, the lack of comfort that you have in your life, the lack of joy, the lack of whatever it is. I mean, I really want you to do inventory right now and write down in a chat. We're all friends, ain't nobody judging you. What is something that you really feel that you're missing in your life? Something that, thank you, Tiffany, for my gift. Something that you've once had, that you've once felt before, that is missing. Can you even put your finger on it? Can you even identify what that is? Because most of us, again, have been coasting through life. Really, if we really want to be real about it, most of us have been coasting through life since 2020, when the pandemic hit. Most of us haven't had any sense of happiness and peace since then. When the pandemic started to become over, and, you know, people started going back out and, you know, fraternizing with friends and family, like you started to have a little bit of sense of excitement because it was different. You weren't, you know, secluded to your own home. But truly, when was the last time that you really felt, exactly, Honey Badger, she said tangible community. When was the last time that you really felt that sense of connection? You know, like, when was the last time that you felt those things? I mean, like, really think about it and take inventory over your life and what have you felt like you've been missing. And the sad part is, so many of us have been ignoring these warning indicators through our bodies and our minds and our emotions that we can't even identify. You can't even self-identify. Somebody else got to tell you. Which is possibly why a lot of these readings come through with the levels of toxicity that they come through. Because we have become such a narcissistic, individualistic, materialistic, immaterial society where everything is so performative. It's look at me, look at me, look at me. And when you don't have nothing to show off to somebody else, it's like you don't have nothing to say. Think about it. If you don't have nothing positive going on in your life, you ain't posting on social media. You watching everybody else's post though. If you can't go on this grandiose trip, you don't even want to travel. You understand what I mean? It's just all kind of nonsense going on. Anyway, let's keep going. How is it showing up for you in your life right now? How is it showing up? It's finding love in a hopeless place. Okay? Finding love in a hopeless place. Gilbert says factual. Yeah, I mean, it is. We got to tell the truth somehow at some point in time, right? Follow the spark. Okay, we have followed the spark. Going back to the things that you're praying about, going back to the things that help stimulate you and arouse you in positive ways to get you motivated, to get you inspired, having clear visions. You know, this year, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even do my vision board this year. This was the first time in forever that I didn't do a vision board on New Year's. And you know why I didn't do it? I just said, I don't even feel like doing it. That's an example, a key example of what I'm talking about, and how so many of us have just gotten so sucked up in negativity. We are entangled and in bondage to chaos, confusion, deceit, and negativity. Almost like in Stranger Things, how when that Demogorgon got you and it just tie you up like this and then suck that thing up in your mouth like you on life support. That's how most people are feeling right now, if we're being honest about it. No wonder why people ain't matriculating and growing in their relationships. Everybody hopeless. Don't even know what you're doing. Don't even know what you're looking for. You just hanging out with them because you don't want to be bored. I mean, let's just be real about it. So I don't know who this is for, but this is feeling like, I'm telling you, it feels very heavy. But anyway, let's get ready to do this because I want to know more about the people that we're talking about. Okay. I want to know who's ready for this reading. If you're interested in knowing more about this reading, go ahead and put your favorite emoji right now that reflects how you feel in the chat. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so now is the time where I start to conduct the discovery to basically uncover some themes that are going on between you and your person, some key dynamics here. Now, if you've never been here to Pisces Tarot before, this might get a little bit confusing. Look, I see all the sad faces on TikTok. This may be a little confusing to you because I'm going to pull a series of cards, but then I'm going to ask you to bear with me because I'm going to realign them into person A and person B, and I'm going to check in the dynamics of you and your person. All right. So with that being said, here we go. Spirit, give us some signs, clear and precise messages to articulate and convey the feelings and thoughts of what is going on between these two people. Thank you. Amen. And I'll say challenges, make a decision and work on inner healing. Okay. So there are some type of challenges that are present. Possibly the challenges of what I was just referring to, but there are definitely some challenges present that require you to make a decision to work on your inner healing. Okay? Challenges. What is the tea? What is going on here? What is the tea? What is the tea? It's like a sad energy, you know, and I'm not trying to be all about politics and things like that. But there is like a sad energy, heaviness, you know, like a loss of capability, bandwidth. Like people are just so drained. They don't even think they can fight no more. Like when I tell you a hopeless place, it's hopeless. All right, what's the tea? Spiritual hater hates on you, your spirituality, your light, and your magic powers. So somebody is not really vibing with the fact that you have a spiritual connection of some sort, and they possibly have darkened your lights. Okay, either you or your person, but somebody's dealing with some spiritual differences here. I promise you, as I'm sitting here talking to y'all, my eyes feel so heavy. Like when I tell you it's a heavy energy. All right, what else, Spirit? What else is going on here? Not that card going flying way up there. Lucky break, good fortune, good things coming, turning point. Okay, so there is something positive coming out of all of this. Okay, we do have some positivity. Someone has a lucky break coming. Either this is for you or your person, but things are starting to turn around and go in your favor. Okay. When we look at the broken mirror, what do we see? When we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? I know we all need some good luck. If you need some good luck right now, I want you to put in the chat some money. Put a bag of money. If you need some good luck right now, I want you to flood the chat with some bags of money because I think we all need some money right now. All right, 3 cards just fell out, but this one came out first. We got the deuces, fed up, cutting ties and walking away. So somebody is fed up. Okay, somebody is fed up. And I can't say that I'm mad at them because if this energy as negative as it feels, I ain't mad at you. We also have determined, persistent, still holding on, flowers and gifts. So someone is persistent about this connection. Someone is determined that they are not going to let this just go away easily. They're still holding on. They may be love bombing you, showering you with flowers and gifts. And then we also have the X came out. Unfaithful, love triangle, love in question. Lord, here we go. Okay, now we got the X in question. All right. Spirit, what lies beneath all of this? Ooh, Spirit just told me to go get my other deck too. Okay. What lies, dog, keeping you a secret. Okay, so somebody's been keeping you a secret. Somebody in this connection is involved in a third party connection. And you've been the third party, okay? You the side piece. You or your person is a side piece. Let me say that. If you married and you got a side piece, or you committed to somebody and you got a side piece, tell the truth and shame the devil. Just raise your hand in the chat. Ain't nobody judging you. If you out here cheating on your person, you know you committed to somebody else, but you spending time with somebody else, that's possibly why we found love in a hopeless place. Trauma bonding. Might be a workplace romance, something to that effect, right? Look, 3 cards just flew. Woo, what is going on? Okay, sweet talk just flipped over. Okay, so somebody's getting a lot of sweet talk, a lot of sweet talking. Mirroring. Okay, so they may be trying to act like you, trying to do things to sabotage, piss you off, aggravate you, going tit for tat. We also got, as I said that, look, I promise y'all, I ain't even look at this. Psycho, crazy ex, obsessed and won't let go. What in the hell? Listen, it's Friday night, y'all. We ain't got nothing else to do but time to talk, okay? What in the world is going on here? We got a psycho? All right. So what is the true crime here, Spirit? What is the true crime? I haven't touched this deck in a long time. Let me blow my air. Bring it to life. All right. What is the true crime? What is the major offense? And then, wait a minute, y'all. Why I just noticed on this card, this girl got a tattoo on her face. Lord help me, Jesus. All right. Anyway, I'm not judging. I just can't make sense of what it says. All right. What is the true crime here? Not trapped. Oh, Lord. There's too many. Okay. What in the world is going on here? What? Outer space. Okay. Somebody's out of it. That's for sure. And give me another one. What is the true crime here, Spirit? True crime. Oh, no. Okay. We're not going to talk about this, but I'm going to show you what came out. Okay. Told y'all the energy is heavy. Okay. Now, and then neighborhood. So we got somebody living next door to somebody. Is somebody a neighbor of yours? Somebody creeping with the neighbor? What in the world? All right, y'all. So let's look at this because I want to know more about this. Now, this sounds real messy. I told y'all I'd get messy, but I wasn't talking about today. All right, person A. I feel like person A have been mentally out of their mind in an outer space, right? Not coherent. Working through some challenges, understanding that they need to be healed or go through some things. Again, it's the heavy energy that I've been feeling. Person A also maybe the person that's being kept a secret. Okay, that will make anybody lose their mind, right? If you found out you was a side piece, that will make anybody, let's be honest. Raise your hand in the chat if you've ever been a side piece. Let's just tell the truth, male or female. I don't care what your relationship is. If you've ever been a side piece, just raise your hand. Tell the truth, shame the devil. We all friends here, ain't nobody judging. Okay, so someone is out of their head, making a decision to work on their healing, found out that they're being kept a secret. They're tired of it, okay? They're making a decision. So they're choosing to do better for themselves. They're choosing to get out of this. And I do feel like they are going to be making their lucky break, okay? Something positive is coming. Somebody is making a decision to leave these dark places alone, right? But I don't get with this person A, I don't get the impression that they knew, okay? I sincerely believe that they were not a willing participant in this, okay? It wasn't like they knew and they was just like, okay.
Keep that a secret.
That was not them at all, okay? They were not okay with this, and I think this is why they're like mentally out of here. They just going through the motions, living through life, okay? And going through it. All right. Now, person B. I definitely feel like person B is the sweet talker, okay? Person B is full of it, okay? Full of malarkey, hogwash, manure, and everything else. I feel like person B is the person who has the X in the picture. They're unfaithful. They got you involved in a love triangle. They are super determined. Matter of fact, let me back that up. They're the ones with the psycho, crazy ex that's desperate and won't let go. Okay? But here's the thing. They won't let go either. Okay? So not only are they trying to manipulate and deceive you, but they still playing games with the other person. Like toxic at its finest. Are you crazy? I do feel like they're mirroring a lot of things, right? Looking for attention. Possibly person A cannot avoid person B because they live in a neighborhood. And person B is really not liking the fact that you are withdrawing your energy. Like you're making not magical, but you're making better decisions to move and to walk away. Like this is... When I tell y'all, I am not liking this energy at all. It is so heavy. We're going to have to let the games begin with this one. All right. So if y'all ready to find out whose business we about to get into, I want you to go ahead and put those drums in the chat, drums in the chat, drums in the chat. Because baby, I want to know, who is this person? Thank you so much, Lawrence, for my gift. Who is the person who is in a mentally destitute place? Found out that you were a secret, may have been in love with somebody that's a neighbor or a colleague, somebody very close to you, but also have recently woke up and had the awareness that, listen, I'm not gonna be nobody's side piece. Okay, that's just a no. Person B is a sweet talker, but they also got some issues of their own. They're still dealing with a psychotic ex. They're unfaithful. They got you involved in a love triangle. The ex is definitely in the picture. That person is possibly under the guise of thinking that they're getting back with this particular person. But they're very determined, okay? And they're mirroring and are spiritual haters. Here we go, y'all. the bearer of bad news, but if you are a female, please go get a pregnancy test and check yourself out. As I started shuffling these cards, I started getting a sour sensation, like a morning sickness feeling, okay? So it is very plausible that somebody in this connection may be with child, all right? Now, who is person A, Spirit? Who is, oh, that was quick. Person A, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you or your person is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I want you to put the fire signs in the chat. Fire signs, fire signs. You are coming in as the Knight of Wands upright. This is energy, passion, inspired action, adventure, fearlessness, and impulsiveness, okay? If you or your person is the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, go ahead and put that fire sign in the chat. Person B, okay? Person B, who we talking about here? Who we talking about here? Person B is coming through as a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You are coming in as the Magician, upright. This is action, creation, manifesting power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, and creativity. Okay? Very, very interesting foundational energy today. Oh, Lord, temptress. Oh, my goodness. Listen, if you or your person is a fire sign and or air sign, I want you to go ahead and put the fire or the cloud in the sky. Fire or the clouds in the sky. Because, baby, it is time for us to get into this tea. I want to know more. Because when I tell you, All right, y'all, here we go. So here's where I confirm everything the Spirit told me earlier, and then I integrate that with not only the psychic, psychic intuitive, but the tarot card reading, okay? So remember, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, and the energy can be inverted, okay? So just because I'm talking about this from the perspective of this fire sign doesn't mean that the energy can't be reversed, okay? And please keep in mind, okay? Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. I'm with you, Tiffany, okay? We ain't gonna bash nobody today, but that's what we gonna say. All right, so as I integrate these cards, we're going to start looking at the present energy of person A and person B. Spirit, what is the present energy of person A and B? Person A and B. Well, actually, I'm not going to start with these cards. I'm going to start with my other cards today. All right. Spirit, what is going on with person? Oh. Okay. Person A, how is this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius currently feeling in this reading? All right, person A. You are coming in as the Two of Swords in reverse, okay? Right now, you are refusing to make a clear decision that you possibly need to make at this point in time. Why is this important? Well, we just determined that you are in a dark and sunken place. You are not in a healthy mind space right now with the outer space and the challenges, okay? You are mentally clogged right now. You are not feeling optimistic. I'm trying to think of the words to really describe this feeling. You are not in a mentally astute place where you are feeling optimistic, positive, energized, encouraged. Like emotionally, it feels like your battery is drained right now. And a large portion why you feel this level of heaviness, you may even be struggling with depression and other forms of anxiety. Hyper sensationalizing things and coping mechanisms may be going on right now. because you are refusing to make a decision, okay? And, oh God, you've come to the awareness that this connection is not a healthy connection with you. However, as we have determined, this particular person that you're dealing with, they're a sweet talker, they're smooth, okay? Let's talk about this Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Okay, they have the gift of the gab. They know how to manipulate. They know how to say the things that they need to say to make you feel. They are over promising and under delivering, but they do just enough to keep you focused on them, right? They're doing just enough to get you all excited, and then here they go. They drop it on you. Okay? This person may have a repeated pattern of making plans and then they cancel them, or they're making promises and they continue to reschedule. Like, this person has a very, very, I'm not going to say they don't do anything, but what I will say is they're coming across as very inconsistent. They're coming across as being unwilling, okay? Unwilling to give, right? There's something in this connection that is troubling. Like, you can't put your finger on it. However, when you're with them, you're with them. Like, getting them in person is the bigger hurdle. So, like, they'll talk on the phone, they'll text. I'm not even gonna say they talk. I feel like they text a lot. They'll communicate a lot in text, but the actual connecting piece of getting the wheels in motion and showing up, that's where I feel like there's an inconsistency. There's inconsistency, period. But I feel like they give you a lot of conversation. They talk a lot, but they're not backing it up, okay? But it's like when you're with them, it's great. When you're with them, things are very exciting. And it feels like, my point in saying that is, you're not letting go, or you're unwilling to make a healthy decision for your mental health because you're still holding out hope that somewhere this particular individual is going to come towards you. Like, you're holding out for something. Does that make sense? Like, there is a willingness to wait, whereas you should be definitive about no longer entertaining this situation. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you're holding out for something. And I can't tell you what that something is, but it's like you're not willing to make a decision. It's like you are so, and the reason why I'm saying that is because with this foundational energy here of this Knight of Wands, there is great passion here. So it feels like you're deceiving yourself, is what I'm saying. Especially with this blinder here. Like, you're creating your own impediment, your own boundary, you're resistant. You're holding out, right? I'm holding on for the day. I'm holding on because I know things will get better. Things got to get better. I found love in a hopeless place, okay? It's very interesting. Now, person B. Person B, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You are coming through as the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay? That's so interesting. Y'all both are coming in with each other's energy presently. Person B. Oh. You know what? Spirit just told me person B doesn't want you to make this decision. Okay? They're trying to do everything in their power, again, with that gift of gab. They don't want you to make that decision to move on. So yes, what I said is true. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is holding out for something, but there's also the hope here. Remember, the Magician is a manifester, okay? This is their foundational energy. So they know that they can say whatever they need to say to get you to hold on. They don't want you to let go either. Likewise, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you are feeling like, okay, I can hold out, but I don't know how much longer I can hold out. Like, I'm getting tired of holding out hope, but I'm still holding out hope. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not being clear right now. But nevertheless, person B is coming in as this Queen of Wands. And it's like they don't want to, they're like, okay, this is uneventful, but I'm not yet ready to really move forward either. Tiffany says yes. Thank you, Tiffany. So what am I saying with all of this? Okay. Person B doesn't want you to move forward, but you're also recognizing like you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I know I need to move on because this is not necessarily the healthiest situation for me, but I'm still having hope that something is going to improve in this situation. So what I'm saying is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is kind of getting the inkling that something here may not be right. They're kind of getting that feeling like, okay, if everything is all hunky-dory between us, then what is preventing you from being able to move forward? Why are we not making progress? Why are we stuck and stagnant in the same situation? And person B is like, hold on, little mama. Okay? Like, I would love to do more for you, but I can't. You don't know why they can't. They're just not. So you're making excuses for them, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're making excuses for them. Because when you really think about it, it's like, well, if you feel the way, and I mean, come on now, we all do this, right? If you feel the way that you say you feel about me, then what is the big deal? What is the issue? Does that make sense? You're trying to like put your finger on it. And that's probably also why Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you have been out of your mind, right? Trying to figure out like, what is it? It feels good. It feels comfortable when you're around this person, but generally speaking, it's something missing and it's not adding up. It's not making sense. Okay? It's not making sense. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Elisa says, yes. Y'all so funny. All right. So what energy, dang, can I get the question out? What emotion is physically affecting Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in this moment? Well, we got the 8 of Swords. Okay. I told you. Okay. You not making a decision, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, to make a conscientious choice and a decision to walk away. You are putting yourself in this place. They're not forcing you to do anything. You are over invested in a length of time that you've been getting to know this person, kicking with this person, which is also why this is starting to become a problem. Because it's like, well, if we're spending all this time together, why are we not moving on to the next level? What is the next step? What is the next phase in our relationship? We just gonna be homie, lover, friends forever? Forever? And then they like, nah, you gonna be my girl one day. And it's like, when does that come? And then like a couple more months go by and y'all still haven't had the conversation. Like they find an excuse to evade the conversation. And then you ask them again. So what's up? What we doing? Oh, you my homegirl? For real? Forever, ever?
Forever, ever.
Okay? So you see how they are continuously giving you false hope. And because you are not taking action to free yourself, you are continuously allowing this person to mislead you. You are continuously resisting your own freedom, your own mental health. You are compromising your emotional, physical, spiritual health. But I do feel like that's going to change. I just feel like this is a temporary endeavor, right? This is that aha. This is that wake up call that you need to let yourself know, baby girl, this situation ain't going to change. It's going to be like this today, tomorrow, next year, next month. Like nothing's going to change in this endeavor. And that's a hard pill to swallow because when you're invested, who wants to what they call it, disinvest or I can't even say the word, but Who wants to have to let go of something that you have been diversifying your interests? Okay. Who wants to do that? You know how long it takes to get to know somebody? And somebody, the person I'm talking about, this person has a key to your house. That is so random, but I hope that clarifies who I'm talking about. This person got a key to your house. You feel comfortable enough to giving them a key to your house. Now, what is the emotions presently affecting this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Nuh-uh, shut up, y'all. Why we got the Queen of Wands in reverse again? Ooh, listen. When I tell you this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is stuck like Chuck, baby, they ain't doing nothing, okay?
Hold up.
They are stuck. They are stuck like Chuck. Now, you probably are asking, why are they stuck? Okay? And I'm about to clarify that. But when I tell you, they are not making no moves one way or the other. They are intentionally deceiving you. There is high infidelity here. It is here twice. How do you clarify the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Queen of Wands in reverse? Okay? But what I am telling you is the messaging that you are hearing is not the truth. Everything that they're saying to you is malarkey. It is hogwash. It is
Bunch of bullshit.
okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. What feelings is this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius ignoring? What feelings are this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius ignoring? We got the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay? Listen. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you are ignoring the fact that this relationship is not being progressive. They are not offering you anything. Every time y'all try to have this conversation, it's the same old over and over again. And the question then becomes, aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of being misled? Aren't you tired of being breadcrumbed? Aren't you tired of not having a like-for-like matching energy? They give you just enough to keep you interested, but not enough to keep you engaged. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it very meticulously. They're doing it because they know that you ain't gonna do nothing to change it. They know that you have enough hope that you are holding on and refusing to let go. They are playing in your face. And every time you allow them to keep on doing this, they do it. You get upset, you start throwing things, you know, you out here ranting about how you so sick and tired, and next thing you know, they taking you to the boom boom room, knocking your walls off your body again, and knocking down your house again, if you catch my drift. And then you fine for another 3 days because they done gave you some act right. And the next thing you know, you back arguing, fussing 2 weeks later because you're still not getting nowhere.
Sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
But you still are holding out hope. What does this person have over you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? What feelings is affecting this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius right now? 2 cards fell, but they fell on my lap. Oh, Lord. We got the Death card in reverse, y'all. Okay? This Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, listen. They know that if they come forward and tell you the truth, they know that this is going to be over. Okay? They know that. They don't want to have to do this because they know they are stalling you out. Okay? They know that the moment they tell you the truth, it's over. So what they're doing is exactly what I said. They're breadcrumbing you. They are keeping this at a low burn. Okay? Dominique. She said, I just jumped on and all I heard is I'm sick and tired. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. Y'all be cracking me up because y'all keep me like motivated to keep doing this, right? Because I know a lot of time y'all be listening and y'all don't talk because y'all listening. And sometimes I be like, do y'all even know what I'm talking about? Do y'all even care? You know, so when y'all talk and y'all tell me stuff like that, it makes me laugh because it re-energizes me. So I appreciate that. But again, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius know that if they continue to stall you out, they know you ain't going nowhere. They know you ain't going nowhere. And that's what's problematic, right? That's what's problematic. They know you ain't going nowhere. So they want to try to stall you out for as long as they can. They're breadcrumbing you. And again, they're a sweet talker. They're a sweet talker. Okay? So they feel like if they can keep you on the hook, that's what they gonna do. Does that make sense? They out here got you out of your mind because they know that's the hook that's gonna keep you. They got their nails in you. I'm not going to say that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is appreciating, you know, what they're doing, but I do feel like they enjoy it. They get a kick out of this. And I'm saying they get a kick out of this because it feels like if they already have a toxic ex, y'all know how toxicity corrodes other people around you. You know how, okay, let me rephrase this. Energy is transferable. It doesn't die. Okay? Energy never dies. Thank you for my rose, Lawrence. Energy never dies. It just transforms. Okay? Y'all know how when y'all in a good mood and you talk to somebody that's having a bad day and all of a sudden now you having a bad day. Now all of a sudden you cussing out the people in front of you on the road and you was singing all the way. All your church songs, all your gospel records, you was singing and having a good day. And then all of a sudden, now this person done drained you out with their negative energy. You get what I'm saying? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius has a very psychotic, crazy ex, okay? Which we ain't even got to that part of why they still in the picture, but they're still in the picture. So when you're around somebody who's toxic like that, you start to pick up those toxic traits because you acquiesce and you adapt to your environment, okay? So they know what they're doing. They're not incompetent. They have the gift of gab. I wouldn't be surprised if this person is in a sales role, business development, some type of profession that requires you to be able to speak and to convey and to get people to buy into what it is that they're giving. Okay? It definitely feels like this particular person is in that space, okay? Where they talk, they sell a good game. And not only do they sell a good game, they back it up by putting you on the hook, by putting you up under a physical reconstruction after a wild night, wink, wink. And then that's how you're getting sucked back into this vacuum again of toxicity. And this is why you're not making a decision clearly, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because you know you are over-invested. You are over-indexing for the things that they do and don't do. And you don't want to feel like you're losing out. Now, I'm not trying to be crass or anything like that, but I'm going to be honest. I don't care what your orientation is. It's all the same. You won't make a decision because right now you're incapacitated mentally because you're, okay? That's what it is. I've been there before. Child, let me tell you, you will be in Delulu land, in the land of the living over there in the cuckoo house, okay? So, but that's what's happening. Now, I wanted to ask another question too, because I want to know this as well. Why is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius being defensive or avoidant energetically? Why is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius being defensive or avoidant energetically? Y'all, here come my Instacart, so I'm gonna have to put y'all on hold, and I think that's my Instacart. I'm not sure. No, it's not. Okay. You got the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay? So this tells me that one of the reasons why you're being avoidant, okay, and defensive about the situation is that you're refusing to acknowledge that this is not going the way that you hoped for. Okay? You can't conceptualize it. You can't make sense. You can't justify irrational things. Okay? You just can't. It doesn't make sense because they were being dishonest with you from the very beginning. Okay? Let's be clear. They never were being honest with you. They were never intentional about moving forward. They had their own situation going on. And if you notice here, wedding ring, they were married to somebody else. So it is very possible that you are in a well, it's obvious you're in a third party situation, but what I'm saying is there may be circumstances as to why you're involved in a third party situation and why they weren't being totally honest in freeing you from that. Oh, he a cute UPS man. Hey. I knew that was gonna happen. Hold on, y'all. Stop. I'm telling y'all, my husband, stop it. My husband is gonna wear a UPS uniform, okay? What can Brown do for you? A whole lot, baby. Ooh, cause he was fine, okay? Like, you need to come back. You can ring my bell anytime, okay? But seriously, you are refusing to accept that something is not right, okay? And Tiffany to myself, period, okay? You can ring my... No, I'm just playing. All right, but seriously, you are in a place where you're refusing to accept that this ain't adding up, okay? And sometimes we just be so delusional. Let's just tell the truth. Sometimes the truth is clear. It don't need to be explained. Hey, stop. It don't need to be explained, okay? It just doesn't. But when you are in denial and you are adamant about not seeing what is in front of you, the math ain't math. And listen, baby boys and baby girls, it is not that complicated. Once and for all, when somebody wants to be with you, they will be with you. They're not going to put you off on the side. They're not going to cancel. They're not going to delay. They're not going to disrupt. They will be sad to disappoint you. And if they had to disappoint you, they're seeking to make it up to you because they know that you're disappointed. That is a person who wants to be with you. But we're talking about somebody who only giving lip service in wood. Okay? That's it. That's it. They give you comfort. They'll talk to you on the phone. There'll be a shoulder you can cry on. They're all of these things. And this is contributing to your unwellness mentally. If you take this situation away from you and you think about yourself comprehensively, it is not nothing else that's disturbing you other than this relationship. Now, why is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius being defensive and avoidant? Why is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius being defensive and avoidant? Why I got the cards upside down, but it was going to stop on the Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? Again, they're not offering. They're not offering. Period. It's here. They never had no intentions on coming forth and offering you not a doggone thing. Do you hear me? They had no intentions of coming to this, making a connection, making it do what it do. They wanted you for whatever reason that they wanted you with. They played with you like a toy, and they put you down when they tired of playing with you, and they go back home to their other nutcase that they got at home, And then when she get on their nerves, or he gets on their nerves, then they come out to play, they pick you up again, resume business as usual, and they follow. I feel like this person, when I tell you this person is very inconsistent, I feel like they are talking to you, communicating, but there is a period of time where you're not hearing from them. Well, or that's where, now I wouldn't even say that you're not hearing from them. I feel like you hear from them, but I feel like that's where the disappointment comes. So for example, today is Friday. You don't hear from them until not this Monday, but next Monday you'll see them. Okay. And then you might see them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they fall off the face of the earth Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then the following Monday or Tuesday, they'll pop up again. That's what I'm saying. There's a pattern. And that's the pattern that you are refusing to accept and acknowledge, that there is a pattern to this person's behaviors. They're not doing nothing different. They do the same old, same old. And if you really take a calendar and you start writing down circles, like if you see them, circle the day. And if you don't see them, put an X through it. That way you can visualize and quantify the pattern and determine the pattern for yourself. Because yes, they're talking to you. So it's not like they're not going off the face of the earth totally. They're talking to you. But it's like, hey, what's up? Oh, I gotta work. Oh, I can't. And there's never really no explanation fully why they can't do what they say they're doing. They just make themselves unavailable. And then they pop up because you upset. And now all of a sudden y'all arguing because you're noticing that, well, where was you at? You know, we were supposed to go to the basketball game and you never showed up. What happened to you?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Oh, I got caught up at work. You know, I got a quota I got to meet at work. You know, my sales, my numbers, you know, it's been hitting me kind of hard. You know, y'all know, then here comes this whole speech that's predictable, right? About how they trying to keep you down, how, you know, y'all know how this conversation go. It's all a bunch of hogwash, okay? It's all a bunch of hogwash. Now, what is most favorable about this? Because I feel like you kind of know, but then we're not really being actionable. And the question is, why are we not being actionable? So then the question is, what is becoming favorable? What is most favorable about this? Excuse me. You got the Four of Swords here in reverse. Okay. So what is this telling me? You're starting to come into the awareness that this ain't what this person is saying. You're starting to wake up, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're starting to process that the math is not mathing. They want to slide through and they want to come in and then they want to act like you just supposed to be lovey-dovey, like you supposed to miss. It was cute in the beginning. It ain't cute no more. They pop up, you over there giving them the side eye.
Excuse you.
But then they think that Stella, stop. They think that they're supposed to just come over and get they fix, love bomb you, love all on you, talk that good game. And you might crack a smile or two here and there. But Spirit is pointing this out to you. Spirit is showing you to open your eyes. Take the blinders off. Stop pretending like this is abnormal and unusual. This is not normal for somebody who's interested in you to pop up and disappear. If we be honest and not quantify how much you see them in the month of January, you probably only saw them twice. And today is the 23rd. Most of the country is in an ice storm. They ain't with you. They over there at home with that other nutcase. Gonna be snowed in, iced in, all of that for the next week. So that go a week going by without you seeing them then. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is habitual. It is predictable. It is insane. They don't care about your well-being. They ain't even find out if you needed help trying to get some gas in your car, a generator, some bread, some milk, some eggs, a pancake. They ain't asked you for nothing. They just telling you, all be safe, shawty. Like, what? So Spirit is starting to show you. You starting to wake up. You starting to smell the coffee. You are starting to see for yourself. The math is not mathing. You're inconsistent. You're not offering me anything. Like, if you really look at it holistically, they ain't offering you anything. And that's what's most upsetting to you, because you're over invested. You've been willing to be accommodating. You've been willing to be flexible. You've been willing to be accepting. You've been willing to be collaborative. We all got jobs. We all got lives and children and responsibilities. Nobody's sitting around here just pressuring you every 5 minutes. Where you at? Where you at? Wait, nobody's doing it. But now when you look back, you're like, huh. And then they over here telling you, good night, good morning. They got you on autopilot. You just don't see it. This particular person also has an Android phone too. So they have scheduled a lot of their text messages. I'm just going to tell you, they're not sending this stuff. When they are at home with this other crazy person that we ain't even got into yet, this other crazy person, they have programmed these texts to send to you. I know Apple can program text too, but the way that they've done it differently, I specifically saw green bubbles. So this person has an Android. Okay? I'm just telling you. What is consequential about this connection? You got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? Again, Tiffany laughing. I'm so serious. They got an Android. You know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you're definitely feeling, I feel like in a sense, you're feeling disappointed with yourself, right? Because you know the truth, you see it, you're unwilling to admit it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what's worse, knowing the truth and not accepting it, or knowing the truth and ignoring it.
The lies. There you go. This bitch. I'm telling you.
So what is most problematic about this situation is that the veil has been lifted. But for one reason or another, it's just not clicking for you. And the question then goes back to your current state of, why are you still holding on to something that is not delivering results? Now, I get it. Let's be real quick, okay? I understand nobody wants to be alone. I understand that we all want somebody to go home to. We all want somebody to kick it with. We all want something to look forward to. We all want all of these things, right? These are normal human reactions. That's that connection. That's that escape from this toxic and crazy world that we lived in, that I talked about in the opening monologue. So when you find somebody who gives you that joy and that freedom, yes, it feels like we found love in a hopeless place, because you found that happy spot, that bright light in your day that you wouldn't have otherwise felt or experienced. However, you are also being held accountable for what you know. And if you be honest with yourself, this is not mathing. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why are you entertaining this?
This a messy man.
Okay? That's what it comes down to. Now, what is this trying to teach you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Three of Swords in reverse. Spirit is trying to tell you to get clear. Okay? Get clear. Now, you're probably saying, get clear with what? Well, get clear. You know what you know. The answer ain't gonna change. You don't like it, but the answer is what it is. It's time for you to accept reality. Okay? It is time for you to accept reality. And what's most interesting is, for this particular position, we got the Three of Swords. It's you, them, and somebody else. So we finally started to pick up on this other person. Now, thankfully, it came up in reverse, but it still doesn't, it doesn't necessitate, I'm sorry, it doesn't, now I'm having a slippage of words. It doesn't negate. That was the word I was trying to get. It doesn't negate the fact that this other person is here. So Spirit is telling you to not only open your eyes, but to see, but to get focused on the fact that yes, there is somebody else in this picture. Be clear. If somebody say that they feel the way that they feel about you and they ain't spending all their time with you, all their free time, they don't want to spend their free time, they're not inviting you to go enjoy their hobbies. You know, every weekend, oh, I'm going to play golf. You ain't never thought to ask me you ain't want to teach me how to play golf? Oh, I'm going bowling. I like to bowl. I'm going to shoot pool with the bowl. I shoot pool. I'm not saying that you gotta overstay your welcome, right? I'm not saying to force yourself, but what I am saying is when you are in a free-spirited relationship that is collaborative and constructive, typically people start to invite you to indulge in their habits, right? So now you're starting to blend worlds, right? This is my life, this is your life, and in the middle, this is our life, right? But if you've been dating for somebody for a long time, there shouldn't be much separation because at some point or another, your life and my life becomes our life. My hobbies, your hobbies, our hobbies, right? And granted, there are some things that you still keep for yourself and there are some things that I still keep for myself. But at some point, there should be some type of merging of the lives. And if you be honest with yourself, there has not been a merge. It's still, I got these plans, then it's we got these plans, but then I'm not consistent with these plans, or I plan things with you only to cancel things on you because I'm breadcrumbing you, but I don't want to give you the impression that I'm unserious about you because I'm playing games with you, and I know I'm playing games with you because I'm smart enough to know how to play games with you. I know that I am not ready because I'm still dealing with this psychopath over here. And this particular person has started to pop up. It's here. What is Spirit trying to teach you? Get clear. Somebody else is there. If somebody is not creating a space for you, it's because somebody else is already in it. And I know that that is a hard pill to swallow, but it's a real one. If someone is not carving out a space for you, it's because they carved it out for somebody else. We only have so many hours in a day to spread ourselves thin. We give at least 10 to 11 hours a day to your professional job, whatever that is, assuming you're working 40 hours a week, right? You giving 10 to 11 hours a day to work, just getting up, getting there and working, right? Having lunch and working. Then you got to get home, deal with your other stuff and get ready to go to bed. Like, it's just feasibly not doable. If you sleeping for 8 hours, granted you sleep for 8 hours, and you going to work for 11 hours, that's half your day right there. So where else? You understand? We already pressing 20 hours. It's only 24 hours in a day. You are spreading yourself. So now does it make sense why they're not actionable? Like, it's clear as mud. I understand that your feelings are involved. I understand that they don't put that thing down on you, but baby, you can go buy you a new thing. Okay, you can borrow a new thing. You can go through the recycling bin and get a new thing, okay? Or get an old thing, okay? It don't have to be that. Now, what do you need to do to heal? I'm sure there'll be somebody delighted to give you something, okay? Ooh. I can't make this up, y'all. We got the moon in reverse. Okay? What do you need to do to heal? You got to overcome the fact that there are things about this person that you don't know. They're not going to tell you. Okay? They have intentionally withdrawn themselves. They have intentionally hidden themselves. They ain't telling you they love you. They ain't telling you that they care about you. They telling you everything else. I mean, like, really think about what your conversations with this person are. They're all surface conversations. Some of them may have a little bit of depth to them, but they're not really meaningful. They're not really tangible. They're telling you all the things, making you feel like they want to be a part of your life and a part of your world and a part of your future. But if you really think about it, they're not telling you, you know what, baby, I love you. They're not saying that. They'll say, oh, I can't wait to see you. But what does that mean? Okay? So with this moon card being in reverse, what you don't know is what we've already understood. There is somebody else that's in this picture. And I'm very concerned about this being the moon card in reverse, because typically this means that there's some type of hidden danger. And this card says here, we got a psycho, crazy ex who is obsessed and will not let go. Okay? We also have here the ex, unfaithful, love triangle, ex in question. I'm telling you, followed by the determined, persistent, still holding on, flowers and gifts. They don't know what they want is what I'm trying to tell you in a roundabout way. They 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I didn't say they was at 1 foot in towards you. They don't know if they want to stay or if they want to go. And that's the bigger issue here, right? Now, what do you need to do? Got the 5 of Wands here in reverse. Okay? You got to overcome this internal conflict within you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You are the cause of this. You are the cause of this. This is internal to you. This is an internal issue. Okay? This is internal. Why are you holding on? Why won't you let go? You thinking that if and when, because you don't know that they got this other person, I'm telling you that the reason why they're doing this is because of another person. But you're now thinking, well, and that's why you holding on. Eventually they're going to come towards me. Eventually they're going to choose me. Eventually we'll be together. Who said that? Who said that? See, your friends have told you this ain't mathing. They respect you a lot, so they ain't want to hurt your feelings. But if you be honest, you know the answer already. You already know the answer. And every time you have to confront the truth, you disregard it.
What the this cannot be.
No, baby, it is. It absolutely is. But why don't you believe it? That's the question. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit in reverse. Okay? So there is definitely a shift that is coming. I know the good luck came out, the lucky break, a turning point. What this is telling me is with this Hermit card, that you are coming out of this slump. Okay? This sunken space. You are coming out of this. And it feels like you're not going to, this is not going to be a planned reaction. Okay? It's like all of a sudden the lights come on and you're just like, oh. I'm telling you, do that calendar thing that I told you about. Do that calendar thing. And I really believe that if you took a calendar and you documented the days that you see this person, the days that you talk to this person, I bet you will identify the patterns that have been in existence with this person, and you will make the decision to do what you got to do. But you got to make the first step. It's okay to realize you wasted your time with somebody else. We all been played before. But now that you know that this is not what you think it is, then where do you go from here? What do you do next? And that's a good question. So if y'all ready for us to get into it, here we go. So the question then becomes, what are the next steps? Okay. And now as we start to dig deeper and look at the hidden agendas and motives and to better understand what their intentions are, pay attention to these clarifiers because they don't play around. Okay. This is really going to reveal a lot more and go deeper underneath the surface than where we have previously been. I pretty much have put it all out there already, but now we're going to clarify and confirm the drivers. What are the real reasons why we're going through this and doing this? And I bet you it's going to say the same thing. I just feel that in my heart of hearts. Okay. So let's see. What are the next steps? What is really happening here? Okay. I promise you, I ain't been able. So we got the Ace of Wands here. Okay. Now that you will be going through this wake-up call, okay, I truly do believe that you're going to come into a place of understanding that you deserve better. Okay. You want something that's going to give you some stability. You want something that's going to give you some growth, something that's going to give you some joy, something that's going to give you that that fulfillment that you have so much been longing for. Okay. But you also understand that this is not coming from this. So there is likely to be some type of, like I said, good turning point. Okay. Where you finally be like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. I'm good on this. I don't need to be participating with this no more. I deserve somebody that's going to give me everything that I need and more. But here's the thing. Now we got the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. So the moment that you try to start focusing on yourself, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is not going to allow you to walk away with this smooth sailing. They're not. Okay. They're going to come up with this, with some type of grandiose plan to try to suck you in. But I do feel like while they won't let you get away, I do feel like this is going to be the monumental conversations that need to be had where you're going to make that conscientious decision that you're not going to allow yourself to be stuck in this position no more. This is that clarity coming to pass where it's like, oh my God, where have I been all this time? Why have I not been focused on paying attention? Like, where was I? Because you've really been aloof. Okay? You've been aloof. I mean, like if I was cool with my, we all do it. Okay, we all do it. But the realization that this particular person is not who you thought they were, they're not offering you anything, that's your renewed perspective to say, you know what? I need to do better for me.
You are a scammer.
But sometimes that can be hard too. Right? Because that's you coming to the point like, oh, I need to do something different. And I'm telling you, they're not going to let you do that very easily. They're not. Whatever spiritual awakeness you get, they're not going to let you walk away very easy. They're going to be very angry with the fact that you've gotten this spiritual awakeness. They may start mirroring you, trying to punish you. But I mean, at this point, you happy. Who cares? Y'all ever had an ex trying to be petty with you and you don't even like them no more enough to care? You be like, ugh. I was supposed to care? Oh, okay. Now, we also got the Temperance in reverse. Okay. So it is very, very, very likely as well that you are coming into, there's a reckoning happening with you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's a reckoning. And I like this for you. I like this for you because this is where you're getting your confidence and your self-esteem back. This is where you are recognizing that, you know, I don't deserve this. Okay? This is where you start to really come down to earth. And this is where you're like, you know what? I deserve better. I love myself enough to know that if someone is not giving me what I want and what I need, then it's okay to let it go. And that's what I'm seeing here. There's this reckoning coming where you're just going to be like, you know what? I'll take the bad days over the good days any day. Yes, I will miss you. And I will always, but I'm going to move on. Because there's no reason for me to be in a situation where I'm not progressing and moving forward. This is a situationship in every aspect, in every shape, form, and fashion. However, they're not being honest with themselves to acknowledge the fact that this is what it is. You keep trying to have conversations with them and it's just radio silence. Dark 030. And that's not by accident. That's actually by design. The more they can keep from telling you, the more that they would. But there is definitely a reckoning coming here where you're just like, you know what, I'm good. I want and deserve more than that. That was 2 cards that just flew out. But it's like, I want and I deserve more than that. This card right here is insistent on coming out. Oh, Judgment in reverse. Okay? Judgment in reverse. Listen. This is where I think the truth is coming out. Why did this Judgment card just come out, Spirit? Why is this Judgment card here? Okay. We got the 4 of Swords upright, the 4 of Cups in reverse. And the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. The gig is up. The gig is up. They thought that if they could be dishonest and ignore the fact that they weren't being honest, it's like they're having an expectation of you that they're not giving them, that how do I say this? They're expecting something of you, Aries, Sagittarius, that they themselves are not giving. And the gig is up. They can no longer not make a decision. They no longer can pretend like nothing's not happening. They have to make a choice, okay? And the choice is literally between you and this other person. So there possibly is remediation going on between them and their ex, okay? And that's part of the reason why you're not able to, you know, continue or get the closure that you need. But I can assure you the gig is up. That's why all of these things that were done in the dark are now coming to the light. And this is catching you off guard because like I said, I don't feel by any figment of the imagination you intended to be in a third party situation. That was something that just happened. Yeah. I just pulled the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. And the King of Wands in reverse. Child, this woman done found out that this man been lying and she is pissed. Okay? This woman done found out that this man been out here doing whatever he been doing and she is not happy. Okay? Listen. When I tell you the gig is up, I wouldn't be surprised within the next week with this snowstorm coming through that's when things become so unmanageable. Because sis is over here like struggling, like you're not even helping me take care of the house. What are you doing? You're not a man of integrity. Like, you're not a man because you're not taking care of me or your children. Like, there is some type of arguments that are happening here that is also making it difficult for him to communicate to you. There's some things going on in the background that you don't know about. But all I'm saying, all in all, and just is that there's going to be some things that are coming out against you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that are going to make you feel like, what in the world? Like, where did this come from? And it's going to blindside you and catch you off guard. But it's not a negative. It's a necessary evil so that you can bring forth and get that good flow of energy back in your life that you started to pick up on. This is wild. All right. Now, at the bottom of the deck, y'all, I can't make this up. Why at the bottom of the deck, we have the Empress in reverse? The Empress in reverse represents infidelity, among other things, right? I told y'all, I wouldn't be surprised during the snowstorm. Even though this is very much so illegal, I'm going to tell you this now. Don't do that because it's very much so illegal. It is illegal, contrary to popular belief, to go through anybody's phone without their permission. And even if you did see something in somebody's phone, you can catch a felony if you try to use it in court against them. It's considered inadmissible evidence. However, and that is a fact, you can Google it, it's a felony. It's a part of the Telecommunications Act of 1986, I believe. So even if somebody gives you permission to go through their phone, if I text you as they were going through your phone and they read the message, it can't be held up in court, right? Because you had no business going through my text messages. You're supposed to be turning on the GPS, not going through my text messages. You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if during this time, and I'm specifically speaking of this time because it feels like they are forced to have to sit in the house. They are forced to have to ignore you. And it feels like while they're there, the wife finds out about you. And this is what this Judgment card is about. Okay? Wife is over here crashing out, being a psycho that she is. Okay? He or she is, rather. Finds out about you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then your world comes crashing down. Oof. And all you were trying to do was get some relief. All you were trying to do was find somebody to make you smile, have you a good time, have a good day. You know, somebody to make you feel wanted and accepted, like give you a sense of belonging. Let's be honest, it's hard out here, y'all. It is hard out here. Everybody gets up every day, go to work, they tear and beat you down. Everybody want to come home and be lifted up. That's all you were looking for, was for that lift. For that recognition, for that, I can't think of the word right now. But that sense of safety, that sense of psychological safety. And this person was your safety net. However, the safety net had a hole in it. This is all making sense, bringing it full circle based on what I said in the beginning monologue and now. See, Spirit was trying to catch your attention, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, to prevent you from looking stupid in these streets. And you just kind of was like, yeah. Your spirit guides and all of them, they're like, ooh, child.
Very careful.
Be very careful. And you like, yeah. Y'all know how it is when you in love. You just be going around here doing stupid stuff. And it got so bad to the point to where all your spiritual team is sitting here talking about you in heaven. And they let you do it. Because you chose to ignore all the signs that we talked about. And here it is. The lies, the deceit, the stagnicity. the drama. It's all here. And whereas you could have avoided it, now you're the recipient of it. You the target. Girl all on Facebook talking smack, dragging you. This raggedy heifer, you ain't gonna believe this, and tagging you to it. Reading you for filth. As if you knew. Well, you should have known he was married because he don't never spend a night with you. He did. But those were work trips. You see what I'm saying? Like, people find a way. When I tell you this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius was so manipulative in how they were so conniving. They had it all together. They knew how to make things work, how to make it come together. They knew how to swing it. And they did. So now that the truth has come out, the question then becomes, what are you going to do, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? How is this story going to end for you? Are you going back, or are you going to say, no, I'm good, love, enjoy, have a good night? Let's find out. So the question then becomes, what is the final outcome? And I say potential because I can't predict free will, okay? All I can do is tell you what the cards suggest and move in from there, all right? Now, Spirit has revealed to you several things that are going on in this dynamic, but it's up to you to decide, what do you want for you? I could only suggest what I'm seeing and what I'm picking up on, but it's up to you to decide what you want to do and what you don't want to do. So, how does the story end for you? Let's find out. What is the potential final outcome here, Spirit? Okay. Boy, the Queen of Wands is coming through hard. We got another Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's that same energy. We also got the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups, okay? So, here goes the Queen of Wands. These three cards came out together. We also have the Knight of Cups upright. And we have the Seven of Cups, okay? So I'm going to show all of these to you. Now, why is this important? Because what this is telling me is, even though all of these things come out, I think you're going to be very disappointed to learn that this person is full of malarkey, okay? I think you're going to get bored and tired of the lies. You're going to finally start to realize this person is full of hogwash. And they're going to have to make a choice, just like you're going to have to make a choice. There's going to be a decision made. And unfortunately, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I hope that you choose yourself, because behind those three cards, I got the Ten of Cups. This person is going back home. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you today. I needed to hear your words. Thank you. Yeah, this person is going back home. Damn, damn, damn. I'm going to tell you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, don't humiliate yourself by forcing them to make a decision, because they're not going to choose you. You're going to have to make the right choice to decide to choose you. Yeah, they're going to keep calling you, trying to get on your phone, trying to play on your line and all that other stuff like that. And you're just going to have to, oh, okay, that's cool. That type of thing, right? Baby, I need you. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the cutoff game is going to be sharp. The cutoff game is going to be quick. It's going to be, ooh, jeez. And look, y'all, I can't make it up. We got the Five of Wands again in reverse. Child, you gonna be so, you like, what? Here go the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands, clarified by judgment in reverse, clarified again by the Five of Wands. Well, not really, it's 10 of Cups, but the Five of Wands is still here. So yeah, you're gonna choose yourself. You're gonna get tired of this. because it ain't making sense. This person ain't offering you nothing. They ain't even explained themselves. They don't even care to explain themselves. You know a person don't care about you when they don't even care to explain themselves. You see what I'm saying? You know that's a low down, raggedy son of a gun. I really want to say something else, but y'all understand what I'm saying. When somebody don't even care to even explain themselves or to tell the truth, that is a hideous, inconsiderate, despicable, inhumane human being that has lost all their scruples, and they don't deserve your empathy, your compassion, or your love. This mother trucker here is getting what they deserve. You want to act crazy, take yourself back to the insane asylum where you at with your ex, and y'all can go back over there and be love bombing each other and throwing grits on each other and threatening to throw acid on each other and whatever else toxic mess y'all have going on. Take me out of the group chat. But you got to be ready to stand on business. Thank you, Lou, for my roses. You got to be ready to stand on business. You got to choose yourself first. People going to only do to you what you allow them to do. All right? So with that being said, I don't feel like it's anything else that we need to talk about out of this situation, because I feel like it is what it is. Now, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with me on this Friday night. I am Mimi Lightseer, and this was your relationship reality for Friday, January 23rd. I'm putting a date on this because I significantly believe that this week's snowstorm is going to have a lot to do. This is going to be the Band-Aid that is ripped off for you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that is dealing with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Remember, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, and Venus rising, so I could be talking about you, only you know, okay? Now, with that being said, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer. If something hit you and resonated deep down in your spirit, let me know down in the chat, in the comment section below. And I appreciate your engagement. That lets the algorithms know that people like to hear my content. All right. So with that being said, remember y'all, okay, how people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Make sure you leave a little bit of love everywhere you go, and I'll see you next time. Bye.